Hi folks, it's Mr. Helikus, and in this Writing Essentials video, I am going to talk about paragraph structure. I'm going to talk about the basic structure of a paragraph, then I'm going to show you how you can achieve this, and finally I have a pro tip at the end of this video on how you can achieve flow within your paragraph and between your paragraphs, so make sure that you stay tuned till the end. Now, if you're stuck in your writing process, or you don't know how to get started, or you don't know how to move further in your writing, I recommend watching my Writing Essentials video on this topic, which is linked somewhere up here. But for now, let's build paragraphs in 3 simple steps. Let's get to it. So like I've said, we want our paragraphs to be structured, and we do this using levels. So we can compare it kind of like a lasagna with a top level and several levels following. Now, a paragraph has 3 or 4 levels, or maybe even 5, depending on what you're trying to achieve with your paragraph. So our first level is the level 1, and we call this the topic sentence. Now, the topic sentence is for a paragraph what the thesis statement is for your entire essay, right? So it is the main idea of your paragraph. Now, our topic sentence is followed by a level 2 sentence, and level 2 sentences are sentences that build on the topic sentence or kind of explain the topic sentence in a bit more detail. Now, if you want to elaborate further, or you want to add evidence or examples, or maybe something you found in research, you add a level 3 sentence. And level 3 sentences are basically this. They provide evidence for something you've stated in your level 2 or your level 1 sentence. Sometimes your example needs a bit more explanation, and you need to discuss what this example really means. In that case, we add a level 4 sentence. And if you want to have a nice concluding sentence, you add a level 5 sentence. So here's a paragraph that has this structure, but without levels 4 and 5. The students felt their language classes were useless. They indicated that they spent too much time thinking about uninteresting topics and too little time on topics that helped them understand anything. And it felt like they were wasting class time on irrelevant things. As one student indicated in their answer, I feel like this teacher has us do stuff under some new way of teaching umbrella so that he doesn't have to do anything. So in this example, the first sentence is a topic sentence, the second sentence explains this and is our level 2 sentence, and we have some evidence or an example from this case an answer of a student in the level 3 sentence. Here's another example. Teens are very influential during puberty. Since adolescence is important for the development of several cognitive areas of the brain that deal with social relationships, teens and young adults are prone to peer and social influences. This is largely due to the fact that some brain systems are implicated in a mechanism which underlies the increased desire to earn approval of peers. As such, teens will do as much as possible to get this approval, which in some cases will lead to changing clothing based on what they see online or following a trend that became popular in a short period of time. How do you achieve structured and coherent paragraphs? The easiest way to achieve structured and coherent paragraphs is by planning your writing. And of course, the easiest way to do this is using an outline. If you want to know more about how to use an outline or how you can plan your paragraphs already in that outline when you're making your outline, have a look at my outlines video, which is somewhere up here as well. Here's an example of the writing plan of the second example I gave. You can see that I started with my argument and then I explained what I meant by that argument, and then I used some examples to give it a bit more validity. Now, the final step in writing good paragraphs is adding flow. And you add flow to make sure that it's fun for the reader to read your paragraph and that he or she can get along with your argumentation easily. Now, one of the ways to do this is by using linking words. And this is, of course, the best way to take away the choppiness. Because by using linking words, you link thoughts together, hence the name linking words, and it becomes easier for the reader to follow your ideas and to read your paragraph. Now, another thing you could do is link your paragraphs together by linking the things you talked about previously with what you're talking about in your new paragraph. And I call this using linking phrases. This is the way to achieve coherence. Let's have a look at the example I gave about the students thinking their language classes were useless and maybe a bit uninteresting. Now, let's say that in the paragraph that preceded this paragraph, I said something positive about this teacher and I want to link it together. So it becomes something like this. Although the students indicated that they like talking about language, they felt their classes were useless. They indicated that they spent too much time thinking about uninteresting topics and too little time on topics that helped them understand anything. Consequently, it felt like they were wasting class time on irrelevant things. As a student, for example, indicated in their answer, I feel like this teacher has us do stuff under some new way of teaching umbrella, so he doesn't have to do anything. So let's quickly revise what we talked about in this video. I showed you the basic structure of a paragraph. We have a topic sentence, level 2 and 3 sentences. You could also add level 4, which explains your evidence and example, or you could add a level 5. And finally, I gave you the pro tip of using linking words to achieve flow within your paragraph and to use linking phrases to achieve flow between paragraphs. And that's basically it when it comes to paragraph structure. Now, if you found this useful, consider leaving a thumbs up. Maybe you want to leave something in the comment section or something you want to see a video about. If you want to know more about my Writing Essentials videos, don't forget to subscribe, put on the notification bell, because then you will be the first one to know when my next Writing Essential video will be out. See you in the next one.